That's all right. People, I love them. I'm not going to take care. And when they want to sleep anyway. Did you ever go to I know she's gone. Why am I speaking? Why are even many men speaking? After hearing Melissa's story, when you linked me up, I wrote. I asked Destiny how long I was supposed to speak for, and she said half hour. So I wrote a lot of words that would fill the half hour. But then when I was finished reading it, it didn't address what I really want to say or what I want, how I feel about anything. So what started this was the death of this woman. Her name is Dacia McCullough. People call her Nanny Mystic. And she was murdered by her husband 2 months ago in Jamaica. He had gotten wind of the fact that she was leaving him to come live in Canada with her 2 sons, a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old, and he murdered her in front of them. So as a man who promotes and supports Rastafari, I've always felt to put those people on a different level. To me, Rastafari was like a Shaolin monk, how people do them. They're spiritual sages and they will bend over backwards to help anyone. So this man who murdered her says he's Rastafari. I don't think so. No man who murders and beats his woman is even much of a man. So we need lions stepping up. No man must touch no woman at any time. I was in a marriage for 22 years. And there were many times I wanted to wring her damn neck. Too many times. But I never did it. Even when she jumped in my face, knowing the type of person that I am, she knew jumping into this zone here, confrontation, she knew I would knock her out if she did. And she did it anyway. With our 2 children watching. That's when I knew it was over. Because she would be willing to accept any kind of abuse because we didn't connect anymore. One of the issues we have between man and woman is that, it may sound a bit racist, but you're going to have to work with me on this program. White men run this planet. They don't think much of women. They never have. They've been here, we've been here for 10,000 years, and women got a right to vote in 1947. Which means that most of the men you know don't think much of you, even if they don't say it. I don't think men like women very much. I don't think women like men very much, for good reason. The #1 killer for men is heart attack and high blood pressure. The #1 killer for women is men. Been murdering you guys for a long time, and we will continue it until something changes it. Now, I think I wrote 3 different things, writing what I thought I wanted to say. And then I thought, after writing it, I just kind of just flow. One of the things that we have lost sight of with these pompous white dudes running our planet, the reason they keep murdering Native people and black people is the depth of spirituality that we live with. We can't live without it. We should go back. I was saying, if a white man died every time a black man died, racism would end. The only reason it won't end is because we won't kill them, because we're not made to do that. And they're aware of that, and they're going to continue this. So, the changes you seek for the world you live in come from within each and every one of you. Don't blame Donald Trump. Don't blame Justin Useless Trudeau. Look to yourself, because the reason this doesn't work is because we're always looking to government or someone else to fix us. Only you can fix you. Simple as that. We have been taught to depend on the collective as opposed to the individual. And if you look around the world, in the history of this planet, the only people who change this world will always be one person. It's never a lot of people. You know who the bravest little soul? I wish that I should look up her name so I can use it more often. That little Indian girl who insisted on getting an education. She was abused daily, verbally and physically, until they said, you know what, you won't quit, we're going to shoot you. And they shot her.
Is it Malia? Malala. Yeah.
What's her name?
Malala.
Yeah. So, and then she survived it. And when she got better, she went back to school. And all the men in her district, the ones who shot her, probably got beaten. The village beat them. Men who beat women are cowards. It's that simple. So, the choice to continue the behavior must come from men. Women can't stop them. You hear Melissa talking about the numbers of programs and psychologists and money and places to put young girls in safe houses, and we spend a whole heap of money putting up the victims. America spent $7.8 billion last year protecting women and children. They just save money, man. Just send some brothers out to beat some of these dudes. And I'm telling you, it ends. It's not a joke. I'm not playing. Some dude beat up my sister once. And I said, my mom and my sister didn't tell me for 6 months. But when I found out, the relationship ended. Because I put him on his head. And I made sure to make him understand the next time he touched her or anything to do with her, he had to go through me. The coward don't want to try that shit. And it doesn't matter how big they are. Any man picking on a woman is a coward. And they won't fight. So, if I leave the violent part of it out, because that's the nature of who I am, I'm not pretending I'm not that guy. I'm also a very spiritual person. And the spirit is what guides us. It's a thing that the white man needs eliminated from us. It is why they murder Native people and put them in concentration camps and call them reservations. And we sit around and watch them do it because we won't stand up. I talk about the disappeared, the 10,000 or so Native women that have disappeared. And I don't know how many Canadian white women stepped up and go, why are you killing my sisters? Because they don't, they're Native. Racism is paid for by white men. We accept it. The spirit that goes inside and moves all of us is a masculine and feminine spirit. It's in every single one of us. There's a feminine spirit inside of every man. But a lot of cowards don't want to do that because it means that you get sensitive or you cry or you kiss your son or you kiss your daughter. You can't show those emotions. Where does that stuff come from? It doesn't come from Africa. It never came from Africa. That's out of Europe. We live in their world, we buy their cars, we want their fashions, we want to fit in their corporate environments, and we get away from the thing that drives us most, is the masculine and the feminine spirit. You need to be able to figure which one to use with which child and which human being you deal with. If you you are in control of those things. When a woman is 30 or 40 pounds less than you, and you're having an altercation, as I was telling you guys, my ex-wife is from England, and everything they do is whatever, verbal. Being Jamaican, whenever I argue, whether it's even talking to my own children, you know, you wrench up your face and you cuss a bad word and got a blood clot you drop down. And my children are like, to this day, my daughter, beautiful soul, and my ex-wife thought that I actually bullied her because of my aggression, and natural aggression. And that's another thing you find out about your partners. What is natural to me was bullying to her. It doesn't mean I was a bully. It means that she didn't like the way I would walk towards her like I really did want to hurt her, because that's how I grew up. If I get in an argument with a man, that's what I do. So I have always been that guy. So when I saw myself doing it, we came up to a deal, and whenever we got into an argument, I'd go sit in a chair. So my eyeline would be beneath hers, and I would cower, and she would look at me and she'd realize I was trying. She understood the feminine side of me, recognizing that I was bullying her, whether it was my intent or not. And then she, and I give her credit for this, and when it used to work out, she would literally stop, because now she knew she was pulling my triggers, and she decided to stop pulling them, because she knew I was fighting to not